In this problem, we're given a logarithmic equation. We're supposed to solve it using the following steps below. Write each of our answers as an equation. So when we type in our answers, each answer has to have an equal sign in it. Over to the right here, I've copied the problem. We need to isolate the logarithmic part as our first step. Isolate the logarithmic part of the equation. Just to show you, this is the logarithmic part right here. So anything beyond that, the 8 and the 13 must be taken to the other side. You would solve this problem just like you would solve the linear equation 13 plus 8y equals 26. Think of the log part as a single entity like the letter y. Most students at this stage would know that what you need to do is subtract the 13 and then divide by 8. So keeping those steps in mind, I'm going to start the problem by subtracting 13 on both sides. If I do it to the left-hand side, 13 minus 13 is 0, so I'm just left with 8 log base 5 of x equals 26 take away 13 is 13. Because the 8 is being multiplied, I need to divide it to the other side. If I divide the left-hand side by 8, I'd be left with this. 8 divided by 8 is 1. No one writes the 1. If I divide the right-hand side by 8, I'd have 13 eighths. So I'm done with the first step. I've isolated the log part of the equation. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to type that into MathAS by typing in log. And then to get the 5 as a base, you need to use the underscore. To get that, hold shift, hit the button just to the right of the 0 on your keyboard, and you'll get an underscore. Type the base of 5. The input of x needs to be in parentheses. Don't forget, we need to write our answer as an equation, so write equals 13 eighths. If you'd like, you can hit preview to make sure the syntax is okay and that what MathAS is showing matches what we have over here. Now what we need to do is to change the equation to exponential form. To do that, you have to know that in log form, that the 5 is the base and the 13 eighths is the power. So it's going to be the base of 5 raised to the 13 eighths power, like this. Gives you the result of whatever the input is into the logarithm, which is x. So I need to type that into MathAS. Now that it's in exponential form, I have x equals 5. To raise to the 13 eighths power, I hit caret. Now to make sure that the calculator knows that the 8 is part of the exponent, I need to put the 13 eighths in parentheses. If you don't use parentheses, the 8 would not be part of the exponent. If I hit preview, notice the syntax is okay and it looks exactly the way I want it. My final results in exact form is really the same thing. My exact answer would be x equals 5 raised to the power of parentheses 13 eighths. To write the final results rounded to 3 decimal places, I'm going to need my calculator. So I'm going to switch over here to my calculator and I'm going to type in 5 raised to the 13 eighths power, and you need to put it in parentheses just like I did here. So turn your calculator on, type in 5, hit the caret key. Now in your calculator, I don't need to put parentheses because it actually has this pretty print where it puts my cursor up here in the exponent. But just to show you how it's done in most calculators, you'd still put parentheses 13 divided by 8. On your calculator, it might not be pretty print format, so it might not look like this, but nonetheless, you should get this answer. And we're supposed to round our answer to 3 decimal places, so that would be 13.672. I round the 1 to a 2 because the next digit is 5 or greater. In fact, it's an 8. So 13.672 would be my answer. I've already forgotten it. I have a short-term memory. So 13.672 goes right here. 13.672. Hilarious.